Menteri Ketenat ki kam jengok kai ke sarkar jylla ba pol lingdo ulong ba ulade ban Maham lupa menshwa ba kasin jam ke barashim de kaseng ki banyak kali kamai tourist na Meghalaya kan Ttaa ba ye ke jylla haba keren mentak sngi ba pol ulong ba Maham ba kanu ke bakale kan don ke jing Ttaa halor kata hagani ke juk amla ban marwai Namar ba kadon kam ke jing dei bat ke jing trelang Ulong baka seng ki kali kamai ke Meghalaya ki de banya kren ni penbet bat ki seng kali kamai ka Assam haswa ban le ya kanu ko kam Namar ba ki le ya kaju ka kam Dangshen ka seng jong kinongnya kali kamai tourist na Meghalaya ya ka balatip kum ka all Khasi Meghalaya Tourist Taxi Association kala rai ban khang ki kali kamai na Assam ban lejbo breu ki jaka jong kai ha Meghalaya Halor gani ka seng kali kamay na Assam ka Tourist Transport Association of Assam kala Maham ya ka seng AKMTTA bala da kanya sakmat ban khang ki kali Assam ban kit breu shi jaka jungok kai ki kali na Meghalaya ru kin ye kendo ya ka jo ka apot ha Assam katkum ka jingong jong menteri ka jing khang ki kali kalong be an Namar ba ki kali ki bayo permit katkum ka an kila ban kamai Ula takrain ru ya ka seng nong nia akali kamay na Meghalaya baki deban penbyang shwai ki jingdon kam kat kum ki kindon ka an kum bandon la ka jong ka office ula ajing mut ru ya ka seng ki kali kamay Meghalaya baki kindon ka jing trelang bat ki trayeng basa bat lejbu bat shaw ya ki bawan kai
This is precisely what I have forward in the past, that every action always has reaction to it, and we live in a world where we are mutually dependent. We cannot isolate ourselves, and whatever we do has to pass through the test of logic and the law. We have been engaging in discussions with these stakeholders, including the transporters associations, and again, we would call for an appeal to them to at least speak to their counterparts in Assam. Now, whenever you have issues which cross the boundaries of Meghalaya and are linked to the neighboring state, it is only considered befitting that you speak to your counterparts. If KSU has any issues in Assam, they speak to the ASU. So likewise, we expect these bodies to also speak to their counterparts. They are in the same business.
Will it not violate?
You have answered the question yourself. One is they either possess a national permit or at least a permit of 3 states or more. Like in the case of the taxi associations, most of them have either national permits or permits that cover Assam, Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh. 1. 2 is we also have, and as members of the media, I would also encourage you to find out whether these are registered associations with their own office spaces. Do they have office spaces? 3. It is also mandatory for them to register themselves with the transport department. Have they complied with that? Now, before you make demands on the state government, at least comply to a few basic requirements of the law of the land. Let me state this very clearly. There is a tendency to misguide members of the public that why not we adopt the Sikkim model. Sikkim and Meghalaya, there's a huge difference because Sikkim as a state geographically is an end point. Meghalaya is a transit state, which means that a number of vehicles ply through Meghalaya, and you can, once it's a transit point, it means that it's not necessary for that car to complete its journey within Meghalaya. Two, you also have tourists who travel to the northeast as a circuit, traveling from Kaziranga to Shillong to Sora and then go to Silchar. So these are travelers who are on transit. This attempt to mislead by saying that tourist taxis are not allowed from outside of Sikkim. You can find out for yourself that a lot of vehicles from West Bengal are in fact taking tourists to Sikkim.
There are legal implications for everything that we do. Their demands are well known. However, we are looking at solutions which will assist them and give them some practical, solutions in terms of short-term solutions. So one of the grievances they were having is that the fees in the Guwahati airport is quite high for them to avail parking. So we even offered them that if the fees is high, for them to be able to compete with the others, through the tourism department, there is a proposal to move a scheme where we can subsidize their parking fees so that Meghalaya taxi, which are registered as ML, can compete with the other counterparts. The other thing we are telling them is to take a long view of things. As you are aware that the Shillong airport is undergoing an expansion. Once that happens, we will have direct air connectivity from Delhi and other important destinations of the country where large-bodied aircraft can land in our own airport, which means that tourists also will hopefully take steps to come directly. Many of them want to come directly to the state. Having said that, we have to understand also that the Northeast is one composite destination. When people come, they don't only want to visit one state, they want to visit multiple states. And it is also a fact that a lot of our Meghalaya vehicles today are taking tourists from Guwahati to Meghalaya and to Arunachal Pradesh also. It's not necessarily only Assam vehicles that are doing that business. Our own Meghalaya operated tours, operators and taxis are also doing this business. They are expanding. In fact, you are aware that the government has given prime tourism vehicles where 50% subsidy is given as for high-end Innova vehicles and other vehicles to our local tour operators and individuals who are entrepreneurs so that they can start this business, understanding that there's a gap in the issue of supply of high-quality vehicles.